Hi everybody, I'm Debbie Allison and this is Crazy Felix and you're watching Polymer Clay by Deb. Hi everybody, welcome back to Polymer Clay by Deb. Happy 4th of July. Felix, because all his clothes are packed, he has borrowed Freedom's bandana. And you can tell it's Freedom's because it's chewed up. But anyway, in honor of the 4th of July, we're going to show you how to make this little Petey Penguin in the top hat. And you could actually make this with a cat or a dog or a bear. I just chose Petey Penguin, and and this is Petey Penguin dancing on top of a hat. So I am going to tell you what we're going to be needing to do this video, and then we'll get started. So for this project, it looks like we need a lot of stuff. Okay, we're going to start with, this is a toilet paper roll, and we have cut it. I'll show you what size later. I've got 4mm eyes or beads here for eyes. We need some super glue. This is a star cutter. A little American flag, which you can probably get these at Michael's. And certainly not a cat butt. Okay. Now, where were we? I've got to have some aluminum foil. And this will be to stuff in the hat if need be. I have a round cutter that will be the brim of the hat. And you could probably just use a bowl or a glass if you don't have a cutter. Straight edge, an X-Acto knife. I have a couple of double-end styluses here, a needle tool, a tile to bake on. And then I am going to show you what we need in the way of clay. Alright, so for this little Petey Penguin here, what we will be needing is some white clay. This is rolled out to a size 6. This will be for Petey's face and stomach. And then this is some more white clay. This is rolled out to a 4. This will be for the stars. This is rolled out to a 3, and this is going to be used for the to go around the hat. This is a 3. This is actually Primo Red Hot Red, and I am using this, but I would probably prefer to use Fimo Soft because Fimo Soft is not as brittle. But anyway, this is rolled out to a setting of a 3, and that's for the brim of the hat. This is rolled out to a 6, setting of 6, and this is for the stripes. And we have this cobalt blue, and this has been rolled out to a setting of a 3, and this is for the band that goes around the hat. Now for the penguin, I've used several balls of clay, and because people have requested, I'm going to try and measure the size of the balls. This is for his body, and it is about 1 1/4 inches. This is going to go in the bottom just to prop the penguin up, and it is about 1 inch in diameter. This is his head. His head is about 3/4 inch, and then these are going to be for the wings, and they are about, I guess 5/8 inch, and this is just a little piece for his beak, and that's all the clay that we need. So I guess that's all we need, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is cut our toilet paper roll. And we've already cut it, but the size that we cut it to is 1.5 inches. And you can just take scissors or whatever, a razor blade to cut this here. And we're going to take this off of Felix. Alright, then after that, we're going to start with the brim. And I have rolled out this to a setting of 3, as I said before. The brim. And that is not cutting very well. There we go. Alright, and then we are going to take our hat, or the piece of toilet paper roll that's going to be the top part of the hat, and we're going to push it in here. And then I'm going to go ahead and take some glue and glue it down. Okay. So then we'll just glue this on, because if you don't, it wants to come out. Alright, and then I'm going to take my, this is a scraper blade, and it has been very useful for picking up the clay. Alright, now I'm going to just put it on my tile here, because it helps to use a tile because you can move the tile around. Alright, then I'm going to do the white part of the hat, and you need a straight edge, and we're going to cut it 1.5 inches thick or wide, and I'm going to measure it so that it's the right size. I found if you put 2 marks in there, that's and then line up your straight edge, you get a good match for your size. Okay. Now I'm going to wrap it around the hat. And you want to make sure that it is touching the red part of the hat, the brim. Alright, and then I am going to take my X-Acto knife and cut. And overlap these, and then just cut down. And then press these two together, this seam. Now that actually turned out better than my first one. Okay. Now we are going to do the blue band of the hat. And this is a 3, and let me see. That is, it's about 1/2 inch, or yeah, 1/2 inch. So we're going to do the same thing that we did before for the white part of the hat. Whatever size you use, you just need to be sure that it's proportionately, it's going to be the right size for whatever star cutter you're using. So that's why I have picked this size. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing I did here. You want to make sure that it's touching the bottom, because if it's not, you're going to have a gap in there that's not going to look very good. And I can see right there I have a little bit of gap, so I need to make sure that's going all the way down. Okay, and then do the same thing again. Try to cut it where the seam is for the white part. Alright. Now we are ready to do the stars. And I have a piece of white here that I have rolled out to a setting of a 4. And you can see it's not the cleanest in the world because of Felix laying all over the place. Alright, so I'm going to cut several stars. Okay, I have all of my stars cut, and now I'm going to start placing them around on the blue band. And I think if I counted correctly, I had about 11 stars. And I'm going to start in the very front,
and work my way around so that they are fairly even going around to the back.
And I forgot to mention that we are having some camera difficulty with our sound. And if you hear a lot of static, I apologize. We're going to need to get it fixed. And we have not figured out what's doing it, so please bear with us. And I'm just going to continue on with the stars. I have rolled this piece of clay out to a setting of a 6. And the reason I did choose the, and this is not Primo, by the way, this is Sculpting. The reason I chose the Sculpting was because it is going to be easier putting the stripes on, because my Fimo was a little too soft. So it will be easier because this stays kind of stiff. Alright, just keep cutting them.
Okay, I finished cutting my strips of the stripes, and now I am cutting the strips into 2. It's a lot easier to use if they're just shorter. And now I am going to put them on. I am looking for the center, and I'm going to start in the front and center, and just press them on and then fold it in. And
if it's too long, you can just cut it. And that's probably a good idea to cut it, because then you're not wasting clay that you're not going to see. And I have to say, this is a lot easier with the Primo. I really struggled with this yesterday. And you just continue around until you're finished with the stripes. Alright, I finished with my stripes, and now I am ready to turn it upside down. So I'm going to take my scraper blade and put it under there so I can lift it up. It kind of wants to stick on there. Alright, okay, there we go. Alright, and then we're going to turn it upside down, and I want to get that clay off the tile. Alright, now that it's upside down, I'm going to take another piece of clay, and I'm going to put this on the bottom and trace around it. Actually, I'm going to use this thinner piece, and I'll show you why. Yesterday, I did not do that, and so this is the way the bottom looks, and it doesn't look finished. So we'll try this today. Alright, I'm just going to trace around it, and then just kind of push it on there, and then I think it'll be a little more finished. And if any of you do this project, I would love for you to share it with me on Facebook. If you do it with, be creative and do it with some other kind of characters or animals, and share them with me and everybody else. We love to see what everybody's doing. Alright, now that I think is going to make it look a lot more finished. Now, I'm going to just cut kind of a hole in here and just start cutting so I can push it into the hat. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And here again, this is working a lot better than it did with the Fimo Soft, because the brim is actually stiffer and staying up better. Alright, now I'm going to put this aside and start on the penguin. So I'm going to take the piece that's my body, and I'm going to shape it in kind of a pear or a teardrop sort of shape. You all have seen me make this Petey Penguin probably many times. He's very simple. And now I'm going to take the white, and as I've done in the past, I just cut kind of a bowling pin sort of shape to use as his belly. Now this one is different in the sense that it's not going to have any legs because you're not going to see them, so I'm not going to put them on here. Just going to cut this excess off here. And I'm going to go ahead and stick them in the hat. And you can see that he's not sticking out far enough, so here's where this other piece, whoops, that's my head, is going to come in handy. And I'm going to stick this down in there and then put him on there, and you can see that's better. Now for this you need a piece of wire that you're going to need to stick through the center, and this helps support it so it doesn't shrink while it's baking or while you're working on it, and just push it all the way in, and then you are going to take some needle nose pliers and cut it. I'm going to cut it a little above the body, and that is so that the head is goes through the wire too. So now I'm going to take my ball of clay that's the head and press it on there. And this just gives you added support. It's always a good idea to use wire for added support anytime. Now I'm going to put his face on. And I forgot to mention that you need a heart-shaped cutter for his face. Or if you are really good with your knife, you can free cut. Alright. And I'm going to just put that on his head here. And then we are going to take some blush and put it on his cheeks. Sorry guys, I forgot about the blush when I was telling you what we need. This did take a lot of stuff. Alright, now I'm just putting some, this is eyeshadow. And if you can't find pink eyeshadow, you can use chalk. Alright, you could actually use real blush. Now I'm going to put his beak and his mouth on, and I've just got this little piece of mandarin, and I'm rolling out like a little snake and making it pointed on the ends, and I'm going to bend it to make like a V shape, and then put this on for his beak. And then I need a little round ball for his mouth. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to take my double end stylus and make a hole in here. Just press down to shape his mouth. And then I'm going to take a smaller double end stylus and put a couple holes up here for his beak. Now you could use a needle, but I like a stylus. It just makes nicer little holes. Right, now we're ready for his eyes, and I'm using 4mm beads and a needle tool to put them on. And I hate to say this, but I always lick the end of my needle tool so that the bead doesn't fall off. It just helps. It helps hold it. Alright, now I'm going to push this in and push up a little to give the eye a little shape, and pull down. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. And you can see that by doing that, it kind of shaped his head. And now I'm going to take the needle tool and make eyebrows. And he's pretty cute. Now we're ready for his wings, and I have 2 balls of clay here. I'm going to make these in kind of the shape of a leaf, and then shape them into a wing shape.
Alright, I've got his wings done, so now I'm just going to attach them to his body, and I need to press them in, and they can be propped up by the rim. That will help hold them on. Now I'm going to put the flag in, and I actually stick the flag down into his body, which helps to hold it. And then I'll take a little super glue, and I'll just glue it to his wing. Now I'm trying to tilt his head some. It always looks cuter if his head is tilted. So there you go. He's finished.
Well, that concludes our video. Hope you enjoyed it. You will need to bake that for about 30 minutes on 275. And until next time, have a happy 4th of July. We'll see you later. Bye.